Hello people, this is KP and I welcome you all to this 16th video of Python series. So today we will be seeing about tuple operations and sum of methods. So just let me quickly recap. So we have seen in the previous video about tuple, how to declare a tuple, something like multiple different kinds of elements can have inside tuple, and nested tuple, you can say tuple packing, tuple unpacking, as well as list unpacking. Okay, so I'm just closing this and let's quickly start. So let me give you a question. How can you create a tuple or maybe declare a tuple having only one element? So you can say like, suppose I'm giving one variable myt, my tuple myt equals to, so as tuple uses parenthesis or round bracket, so I'll put that and put a single any element. Suppose I'm putting Python. So isn't this a tuple? Yes, this is a tuple. So if your answer is this, so my dear friends, my dear viewers, you are absolutely wrong. Let me show you. So if you think this is a tuple, let me show you. If I do type of myt, you can see it's a string data type, it's not a tuple. So this is one exception in Python. Okay, so how to create tuple having a single element, let me show you. Just a little bit trick. I'm just copying this and putting it over here, and see here I'm just putting a comma, nothing else, only a comma. Now let me execute and let me also do type of myt. Now if I execute, you can see it's a tuple. Similarly, you can also do without parenthesis also. So if you do this, t equals to suppose car, so you know this is a string, but if I put a comma here and execute, and now if I check type of t, then you can see it's a tuple. So you can think like parenthesis is optional, but this comma or having at least two elements is compulsory. Or you can just put this comma if you want to do only single element. Alright, so let's proceed. Now we will see how to access tuple elements. Tup, let me write tuple elements using index number. Okay, indexing, or I can say indexing. Okay, so how to access? Okay, let me write accessing, accessing index, accessing tuple elements using indexing. Okay, so let me declare one tuple tup. Suppose I'm giving a variable name and I'm putting some values such as car, bike, bike, and suppose aeroplane, aeroplane. Okay, so this is my tuple. Now if I do tup1, so I hope we have used these operations in list, so you can just like expect what answer we will be getting here. So this is index number 0 and this is index 1, so most probably and 100% we are going to get bike. Let's execute. Yes, it's giving us bike. So this is how you can like access the tuple elements by using index number. Now just let me create a nested tuple like containing varieties of elements. So I'm just copying this and pasting it over here. Also I'm including one list here, suppose 1 3 maybe 9. Okay, so this is one list and I'm putting one more tuple inside it. Let me just put integers 34 or maybe 78.9 or maybe 0. So this is a nested tuple. Some elements are there, as well as one list is there, as well as one tuple is there inside this bigger tuple. Okay, Now let me execute. Now suppose I want to access aeroplane. So this is index number 0, this is 1, this is 2. So I will do TUP, and inside square bracket I will just type 2. Yes, I got aeroplane. So now suppose I want to access 78.9. How I can access 78.9? So do you think like this is position 0, this is 1, this is 2, and something like 3, 4, 5, 6, something like 7? No, it's not like that. Let me show you. So first of all, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this entire list is at index number 3. Similarly, this entire tuple is at index number 4. So first let me access this tuple. Then we will go inside that. So I am doing TUP, inside square bracket I am putting 4. Let me execute. Yes, I got the tuple. Now I want to get 78.9. How I can get? This is again index number 0 and this is at 1. So I will do TUP. This is the tuple TUP. So I am telling go to index number 4. Now there you can get something list or maybe tuple. In that, go to index number 1. So for this we can use this. Go to position number 4. Whatever you will get inside that, again go to position number 1 or index number 1. Now if I do execute, you can see I got 78.9. This is all about accessing the element. Okay, one more thing I can say, negative indexing. Let me write negative indexing. So what I mean by negative indexing, see here, these all positions are positive integers. So can I use negative integers? Let me show you. Same thing, suppose I want to access 78.9. How I can access that? Using negative integers or negative index numbers. So this is my tuple. So if I just do print tup, so this is the value. So this is index number 0, this is 1. So this is, I'm starting from left side. Okay, so whenever you start counting from left side, so the very first element is at index number 0. But remember, whenever you start counting from right side, that will be index number -1. Okay, let me show you. This entire tuple is at index number -1. How I can prove you? Let me just do here tup -1. Let me print. See here, you got. Okay, so now I can access. This is at index number 1. I can do again square bracket. Inside that I will put 1. Okay, now I got 78.9. So this is all about accessing elements using varieties, something like positive integers or positive index number or maybe negative index number. Okay, so now I think I have already told you about tuples are immutable. Let me write also. Tuples are immutable or not changeable. What I mean by not changeable, it means you cannot change the elements once it is assigned. Okay, so let me copy again the same tuple. I'm just picking one the simple. I'm just copying and pasting it over here. So now my tuple contains 3 elements. Okay, so if I do tup position number 2, I can get aeroplane, but I want, in place of aeroplane, I want to put a cycle. Okay, so how I can do? Normally in list we have like, what is the syntax, how to do? We normally do, this is the position number, and in place of aeroplane or whatever is there, I want to replace with cycle, isn't it? This is the syntax. So in the tuple, if I will do the same thing and execute, you can see it's error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. Okay, so now proved tuples are immutable. Once the elements are assigned, you cannot change the elements. Okay, So this is all about tuple are unchangeable or item assignment again is not supported. Let me give an example related to concatenation. Concatenation, it is something kind of appending. Okay, so let me give an example. I'm taking a tuple, suppose a equals to very simple one. I'm taking 1, 2 and 6. Similarly, I'm taking one more tuple, that is b, and contains suppose 5, 9, 8. Any numbers I'm just randomly doing. So these are tuples. Now I want to append. It means only a single tuple will be there and all the elements will be there of this two tuple. How I can do? I am just printing it. Print a plus b. So again, finally it formed a tuple which contains these 6 elements. Okay, so if you want to see the type, you can see type, and let me do a plus b. So it's a tuple. Okay, so this is all about concatenation. You can do the concatenation in this process. Okay, so now let me show you how you can repeat. Like suppose you want 1 to 6 multiple times. I have already told you tuple allows multiple elements like duplicate elements. You can put 6 here many times, there is no issue. Okay, so let me show you. I want a star means multiplication 3. See here, it's a tuple containing the same elements 3 times, 1 to 6, again 1 to 6, again 1 to 6. So also you can use this thing. Anything else? Yes. How you can delete a tuple? Let me show you. Tuple deletion. Deletion. Okay. So again I am doing this, copying this, and suppose I'm giving another variable name. I want x equal to this much. Okay. So if I now do del means delete x. Let me first show you. If I am printing x here, you can see x is there. But now if I do del x, now if I run it, now my x is deleted. Now if I do print and execute, it will show name x is not defined, because it is saying the x variable is not defined. You have not defined, you have not declared anything. There is no value inside x. There is no variable available in this program. Okay, that is all this issue or this error is saying about. Okay, so similarly also you can do for list. Let me show you. Suppose I'm creating one list, 1 2 3, and I'm just printing print y. So this is a list, square bracket. Similarly I can just delete del y, execute. Now if I do print y, you can just see the same error, name y is not defined. Okay, so these are the some operations regarding tuple, and this one, the operation, the previous operation, just this was about list. So now let's talk about one or two methods about tuple. Let me give heading tuple methods. All right. Mm, heading. Okay. Okay, tuple methods. So similar kind of method as we have discussed in string and maybe list. So let me first discuss about count. Okay, so count method or count function helps you to count the frequency of any specific element in the tuple. Okay, so let me copy one tuple anywhere. Which tuple I can copy? I can copy this one. Okay, I'm copying this and go down, paste it over here, and now I want to suppose copy this part and pasting it with comma again. Again I put a comma and pasting it again, and I'm again putting a comma. I'm just copying car and putting at the end again. Okay, so this is my tuple. Let me also show type of tup. It's a tuple. Okay, now let us use count function. Now if I do tup dot count count, this is the method. How, which element I want to count, like which element I want to check how many times occurrence has happened or what is the frequency. Let me check for car. As it is a string, I am putting inside double quotes. But if you are going with an integer, then you can just put something like 1 or 2, something like that. Okay, so car, you can see car is 2 times. Here is one car, there is another car. Let me go for bike. tup dot count bracket start close, inside that I am putting bike. So bike has occurred, or the frequency of this element is 3 times. Let us check 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So count method gives you the frequency. All right. Next, another method and the last method I can say, that is called index. It will give the index of element. Okay, so let me copy one anything. Okay, so this is only one example we have used till now. Okay, let me create one more example. I am doing suppose x equals to, I am putting a bb cc dd. So this is my tuple. Now if I just print x, you can see it's a tuple. So index function will give the index number. So you know this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, the index number. But if you want to know programmatically, if you want to find this in using code, you can do the tuple name dot index. Which index, like whose index you want to find? I want to find the index of aa. It's at index number 0. Similarly, I'm just copying this and I'm doing for dd. What is the index number of dd? Its index number at 3. This is 0, then this is 1, this is 2, and this is at index number 3. So alright guys, we have discussed about some of the list methods as well as the tuple methods and operations in this video, and I hope you have enjoyed and understood the concepts. I have tried my best to give example as well as explain you. So thank you so much and stay tuned for the next video. In the next video we are going to see one more new data structure, built-in data structure by Python, that is called set. Okay, so till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and you can get this IPYNV file or Jupyter notebook in the description below. You can just go through the link and get this. Okay, so thank you so much and bye bye.